Hey everyone, it's M, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we're diving deep into a topic that so many of us struggle with: weight loss. More specifically, how to lose weight effectively, and crucially, how to make sure it stays off for good. Are you tired of that frustrating cycle of losing a few pounds, feeling hopeful, only to see the scale creep back up, sometimes even higher than before? You put in so much effort, you restrict yourself, and for what? To end up right back where you started, or worse, feeling defeated and like a failure. I want to tell you right now, if that sounds familiar, you are absolutely not alone. Millions of people experience this exact yo-yo effect, and I need you to hear this loud and clear. The problem isn't a lack of willpower on your part. It's not that you're not trying hard enough. The real issue often lies in the we're taught or that we pick up from fleeting trends, methods that are often unsustainable and don't address the underlying physiological and psychological factors at play. So, in this video, we're going to cut through the noise. We're going to explore proven strategies backed by science and real-world experience that actually work for losing weight and, most importantly, for maintaining that loss long-term. We're not talking about crash diets that leave you feeling deprived and miserable. We're definitely not pushing any magic pills or quick-fix gimmicks. What we are focusing on is building a solid foundation for real, lasting results, empowering you with knowledge and actionable steps you can integrate into your life starting today. So many of us, when we decide we want to lose weight, are drawn to the promise of fast results. We see headlines promising, "Lose 10 pounds in a week," or "Get beach ready in 3 days." And it's understandably tempting. The allure of a quick transformation can be incredibly powerful, especially when you're feeling uncomfortable or unhappy with your current weight. The initial phase of these very restrictive diets can even seem to work. You might step on the scale after a few days of drastically cutting calories or eliminating entire food groups and see the number go down. This initial drop can be incredibly motivating, making you think, finally, this is the one, this is working. However, a significant portion of this early weight loss is often water weight, especially if you've cut carbs drastically, and also some loss of glycogen stores from your muscles. It's not primarily fat loss, at least not in the sustainable way we're aiming for. The problem is, our bodies are incredibly smart, and are wired for survival. When you suddenly and drastically reduce your calorie intake, your body doesn't necessarily understand that you're to lose weight for health or aesthetic reasons. Instead, it perceives this severe energy deficit as a threat, almost like a famine situation. It thinks, uh-oh, food is scarce, I need to conserve energy to survive this period. This triggers a cascade of physiological responses designed to protect you, but which unfortunately work directly against your rapid weight loss goals. One of the first things that happens is your hunger hormones go into overdrive. Ghrelin, often called the hunger hormone, significantly increases, sending powerful signals to your brain that you need to eat. You'll find yourself thinking about food constantly, experiencing intense cravings, and feeling a gnawing emptiness that's hard to ignore. It's not a lack of willpower, it's your body's biology screaming at you to find more fuel because it senses a severe shortage. Simultaneously, leptin, the hormone that signals fullness and satisfaction, tends to decrease. So, not only are you feeling hungrier, but when you do eat, you might not feel as satisfied as you normally would with the same amount of food. This combination of increased hunger and decreased satiety makes sticking to a very low-calorie diet incredibly challenging in the medium to long term. It becomes a constant battle against your own physiological drives, which is an exhausting fight to maintain. Then, there's the impact on your metabolism. When your body senses prolonged, severe calorie restriction, it adapts by slowing down your metabolic rate. This is your body's way of becoming more efficient, burning fewer calories to perform its essential functions. While this is a brilliant survival mechanism, it means that the calorie deficit you initially created becomes less effective over time. You might find that you have to eat even less to continue losing weight, or that your weight loss stalls completely despite your best efforts. This metabolic slowdown is a key reason why people often regain weight after a crash diet. When they eventually, and inevitably, return to a more normal way of eating, their metabolism is still suppressed. They're burning fewer calories at rest than they were before the diet, so the same amount of food that might have maintained their weight previously now leads to weight gain. This is a frustrating trap that many fall into, leading to the dreaded yo-yo dieting cycle. Beyond the hormonal and metabolic changes, think about how you on these extreme diets. you're likely to experience fatigue and low energy levels because you're simply not giving your body enough fuel to function optimally. Your workouts might suffer, your concentration at work or school can decline, and you might just feel generally irritable and unwell. This physical and mental drain makes it even harder to stick to the plan and can negatively impact your overall quality of life. The restrictive nature of many quick-fix diets also takes a psychological toll. Constantly denying yourself foods you enjoy, or meticulously counting every single calorie to stay within a very low limit, can lead to feelings of deprivation and resentment. Food can become an obsession, and social situations involving meals can become stressful. This isn't a healthy or sustainable relationship with food, and it often sets people up for a rebound effect once the diet ends. Eventually, for most people, the combination of intense hunger, low energy, a slowed metabolism, and the psychological burden becomes too much. It's not a personal failing, it's a predictable outcome when you push your body too hard, too fast, in a way that isn't sustainable. You give in, perhaps overeat the foods you've been restricting, and then the feelings of guilt and failure can creep in, perpetuating a negative cycle. The weight often comes back, sometimes with a few extra pounds for good measure. Alright, now that we understand why those quick fixes often lead to disappointment, let's talk about what works. We're going to break this down into phases, and we'll start with Phase 1, Smart Fat Loss, focusing on your first 4 weeks. This initial period is crucial for building momentum and establishing habits that will serve you well in the long run. The key here is smart, not extreme. The first pillar of smart fat loss is creating a calorie deficit, but doing it the way. At its core, weight loss happens when you expend more calories than you consume. However, the magnitude of this deficit matters immensely. Instead of slashing calories drastically, which as we've discussed can backfire, we're aiming for a modest and sustainable deficit. A good target for most people is to consume around 300 to 500 calories below their daily maintenance level. What is your maintenance level? That's the number of calories your body needs to maintain its current weight, considering your activity level, age, sex, height, and weight. There are many online calculators that can give you a good estimate, or you can work with a professional. The point is, a 300 to 500 calorie deficit is generally manageable. It's enough to stimulate fat loss without triggering those extreme hunger responses or a dramatic metabolic slowdown that we want to avoid. This approach allows for steady progress. The second crucial component of this phase is prioritizing protein. Protein is an absolute king when it comes to fat loss and body composition. Why? Firstly, it's highly satiating. Including a good source of protein with each meal and snack helps you feel fuller for longer, reducing overall hunger and making it easier to stick to your calorie deficit. You're less likely to experience those intense cravings that can derail your efforts if you're consistently feeling satisfied. Furthermore, protein plays a vital role in preserving lean muscle mass while you're in a calorie deficit. When you lose weight, you want to ensure you're primarily losing fat, not precious muscle. Adequate protein intake helps protect your muscles, which is important because muscle tissue is metabolically active. It burns more calories at rest than fat tissue does. So, preserving muscle helps keep your metabolism chugging along more efficiently. Think about incorporating lean sources of protein like chicken breast, fish, turkey, eggs, Greek yogurt, tofu, lentils, and beans into your meals. Aim to spread your protein intake throughout the day rather than consuming it all in one go. This consistent supply helps with muscle protein synthesis and sustained satiety. Many people find that aiming for a specific protein target, often around 0.7 to 1 gram of protein per pound of their target body weight, can be a helpful guideline. But even just consciously adding a protein source to each meal is a great start. Next up, and this is a big one, significantly reduce or cut out ultra-processed foods. These are foods that have undergone extensive industrial processing and typically contain long lists of additives, artificial flavors, colors, and preservatives. Think sugary drinks, packaged snacks like chips and cookies, many fast foods, processed meats, and prepackaged meals. These foods are often engineered to be hyper-palatable, meaning they're incredibly tasty and easy to overeat. The problem with ultra-processed foods is multifaceted. They are usually calorie-dense but nutrient-poor, meaning they provide a lot of calories without much in the way of vitamins, minerals, or fiber. They can also cause rapid spikes and crashes in blood sugar, leading to energy slumps and more cravings, particularly for more sugary or processed items. By minimizing these, you naturally create more room for whole nutrient-dense foods that support your health and fat loss goals far more effectively. Instead, focus on whole foods as much as possible. These are foods in their most natural or minimally processed state: fruits, vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins, nuts, and seeds. These foods are packed with fiber, which aids digestion and promotes fullness, as well as essential micronutrients that your body needs to function optimally. Making this switch might seem daunting, but start small. Identify 1 or 2 ultra-processed items you consume regularly and find a healthier whole food alternative. The fourth strategy for smart fat loss in these initial weeks is to move more. And I'm not just talking about intense sessions at the gym. While structured exercise is fantastic and highly encouraged, the movement you accumulate throughout your entire day, often referred to as non-exercise activity thermogenesis or NEAT, plays a surprisingly significant role in your total daily energy expenditure. So, as we've explored, losing weight in a way that feels good and, more importantly, lasts, is absolutely possible. While the initial phase of seeing the numbers drop can be exciting, the real transformation, the kind that truly changes your life, happens when you master the art of keeping it off. This journey isn't about chasing a quick fix or adhering to an impossibly perfect regimen, it's about consistency in applying smart, sustainable strategies day in and day out. It's crucial to remember that this process is about progress, not perfection. There will be days when things don't go exactly as planned, and that's perfectly okay. The key is to not let those moments derail you entirely. Instead, acknowledge them, learn from them if necessary, and get right back on track with your next meal or your next opportunity to move. Start with small, manageable changes, stay steady with your efforts, and over time, you will build not only the body you desire but also a healthier, more vibrant life you truly deserve. Ultimately, this journey isn't about needing a new body, it's about unlocking the incredible potential that already exists within the one you have right now. It's about nourishing it, strengthening it, and treating it with the care and respect it warrants. If you found the information in this video helpful, and you're ready to take control of your health journey, please hit that like button, subscribe to the channel for more science-based health tips, and don't forget to turn on notifications so you don't miss out. And I'd love to hear from you. Let us know in the comments below what your biggest weight loss challenge has been.